Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? Hope you all are having a wonderful day, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So today, I want to have a theory discussion about Raven and her decision of if she doubted abandoning Qrow, if she doubts that decision. Before I get into that, I just wanted to apologize for the uploads this week. I know it's been a little wanky and it's been every other day. This week's just been a busy week, and some things came up, so I hope you all understand. But without further ado, let's jump into this. Sit back, relax, and let's start this discussion. So, of course, as we know, within Volume 4, Raven had decided to, obviously, in the past, she was the reason that Team Stark split up, and that we do know that because of this, it seemed like it was more of, from what had been told, a selfish issue or more of a problemed issue. Now, of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that, considering that Volume 5 has been trying to tell us differently, that there may be more reasons to why Raven left. And of course, the situation that she kind of brought up with Ozpin, for example, about her stating that, once she got involved with Ozpin, she could not leave. There was no backing out. So when her and Qrow got involved with, the whole direction of what Ozpin's trying to, approach with, taking down Salem and whatnot, it was a big burden, or at least a big problem that he had that he needed to have other individuals help him with, like Raven and Qrow, for example. Now, of course, over time, this seems to have had, Raven get very, I guess you could say, doubtful of Ozpin due to what she saw, and there could be more reason behind this, considering she made the statement to Yang herself that, she witnessed people coming back from the dead, and that there was magic and all these other things that you would not be able to naturally comprehend, because she makes pretty much the statement that she couldn't really comprehend it when it first started, that it was such an overwhelming truth, an overwhelming, fact that was being thrown at her. And of course, the whole threat of Salem being basically thrown at her as well as her brother. Now, this obviously establishes the fact that there is a greater problem than what her and her brother got into when they believed that they could become a hunter and huntress. That by this time, they were getting into a world with Ozpin. When it came to Ozpin, they were getting into a world they had never really encountered or even knew existed. So, of course, this could have, scared off Raven, and, the idea that the maidens, that's what Salem's after, considering that they are actually after, or, well, Salem's actually after the maidens. Now, considering that this is the issue, this could have also brought more fear to Raven, considering that, Salem, we know as a fact, she's trying to divide mankind. And, of course, Raven dividing from Ozpin was pretty much something that actually helped her out. But, now, of course, but what Raven did may not have actually been a bad thing, to try to actually find at least one of the maidens, which in this case the Spring Maiden, to actually try to protect the Spring Maiden. Maybe she feels that Ozpin himself may not have the right idea, or, maybe it's a misguiding or misleading idea of what he wants to do while protecting him as well. Maybe she doesn't fully trust Ozpin, because it just seems like there's not the trust there. And the bigger issue now, which of course, because of Salem's division and because of, her trying to divide the people, as well as Raven separating from Ozpin and Qrow, this problem has occurred that now Cinder is actually after, the Spring Maiden, because of obviously Salem's demand. Now, this is actually obviously a very terrible thing, and considering that this is the issue, Raven knows that she has to take on any issues that come upon the Spring Maiden. Any issues that the Spring Maiden is going to take whenever it comes to threats or problems, she needs to be protected anyways. Even though she has her own power, it's obviously known that the maidens do need protection. And, as we know, at least from what we've been told, because Lionheart himself stated that Raven is on the same level as Qrow in power. That means that she is a powerhouse character. Now, of course, being a powerhouse character can still come with flaws. Every character has flaws. People themselves have flaws. And this also, contributes to Raven, because she has her own flaws as well. Of course, now, what I'm going to, talk about here is a very interesting one. The flaw as to why I think Raven, ran away, or went to do her own thing, obviously joining up with the Ronin tribe and completely cutting out Qrow. Well, not completely, considering she still talks to him, but cutting out Qrow and Ozpin, like completely cutting out Ozpin. I think the reason is fear. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that she's a weak character by any means. Fear is just a natural human emotion. And this shows that, Raven does have fear. And I think that because of this, I think that this is why she ran away. I think that the whole situation of what was going on here was a fearful situation. I think that From at least what it's telling us, I think that Raven was afraid of everything that she was going through with Ozpin, that she had so much she was taking on at one time. And of course, she even makes a statement to Yang that, there were just so many more truths that she has not told her yet that she could tell her if she had stayed. And we would have been able to learn more if Yang and Weiss had actually stayed with Raven. And it seems like, but when she was talking to them, it seems like there was doubt. It seems like in her mind, she had doubted her decision to actually leave Ozpin, though, that maybe Ozpin was still in the right rather than in the wrong. And in truth, that could be it. That could be the reality, that she may realize that she is taking on a big threat by herself at this point. That, she's not with Ozpin or a big member of people that he could gather this time. That is her and a bunch of bandits, and this could be a problem because bandits aren't as good as huntsmen and huntresses, and she even clearly stated that because that's why her and Qrow even went to be huntsmen and huntresses in the first place. So maybe is the fact that she fears of what Salem could do, and maybe this is why she ran away, because she is afraid of the terrifying things that she is seeing and that could potentially happen to her and her tribe. Who's to say? But this is what it seems like it's becoming more and more of, and this is why I think Raven herself may actually, doubt her decision, because she seems to be doubtful of the decision she made. But that's all a thought. It's all just a theory. So who knows? Maybe we'll see more out of this in the future volumes of RWBY or within the future chapters of this volume itself. But anyways, stay tuned for tomorrow because I'll have the RWBY Volume 5 Chapter 8 review tomorrow. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe, like if you thought this was enjoyable, and share this with your friends if you thought this was informative. Take care, have yourselves a wonderful day, thank you for watching, and have a great day, everybody.